Today's episode is brought to you by Some Brewing Company. You can find them on all major social media handles over at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Some Brewing Company. Go give them a like, a subscribe, all that stuff. Also, you can find them on their grand reopening coming up soon at 7153 Donovan, Canotil, Texas. Tell them Twisted Pete sent you.
Summer on the beat, oh get up and shake your cheeks.
Hello and welcome to The Middle is Open. Abel Carrillo here along with Anthony Espelin.
What's up, guys?
Peter Carrillo.
What's up?
And today, guys, we have a special guest. I always say that. We always have a special guest, but
We never just have a guest, right?
Yeah, they're always special. But we have Adrian Reyes in the studio with us. Adrian, how's it going?
It's going good. It's
Yeah.
good to be here with you guys. Thank you.
No. Thank you for coming in. I was super late. I want to apologize for that because we were actually scheduled to do this show a little bit earlier. And then Adrian's like, dude, what's going on? Like, I had plans for my Sunday and now he's a little upset. Are you all right over there?
It's all good in the hood. I think my wife will forgive me.
Oh, so he said all good in the hood. And here's the crazy thing about Adrian. He was telling us that, can we say it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So he was telling us that his mom grew up in our neighborhood.
He's a product of the neighborhood.
Yeah, he's got his roots here.
I like
That's
how
right.
Abel
For
says
like
our neighborhood.
Yeah.
for like 30, 40 years, my family
Dang.
was here.
So we say it's our neighborhood,
But
it's
neighborhood.
it's her neighborhood. That's what it is. She left, but we're still here.
Yeah, they all moved.
No, that's cool. Like, I don't know. It's just weird how, like, you always hear, oh, El Paso's so small or the world's so small, whatever, right? But this always happens. There's always some kind of connection with guests or people that we come across. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about some of the bands. He knows some of the bands that have come through. Parents know each other. It's just weird, man. Like,
Yeah.
is this kind of like going back to the conspiracy? Like we're in a video game, everybody knows.
Yeah, a simulated world.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like,
About the conspiracy
well,
theories.
Are you a conspiracy follower, kind of?
No, not really.
He's like,
I just feel like, I don't know, everything just, a lot of it's coincidental. Some of it, yeah, but I mean, for the most part, no.
so no simulated world.
No, I don't think so.
Do you believe in destiny?
No, I don't think so, really. I'm kind of like, as I get older, I become a little bit more like scientific minded and just like, it's all just kind of, the cards fall where they fall.
Yeah. He's like, you guys need to grow up. You guys don't know anything.
You think people go through phases like at one point you're a skeptic and you're like all science, and then as you get older, you're like you find religion again.
Yeah.
That's kind of how the train goes, right?
Yeah, I think that's just like living life. You go in phases. 1 minute you're super religious. You have a lot of like virtues and beliefs and how you want your life to be. And then something happens and then you drift off.
I'm
then
outta here.
yeah, and then you go on a different path or whatever it is, and then somehow you
Then
find
you're
yourself again, or
You're getting
I don't know.
meditation and
Yeah,
seeking nirvana.
that's
And
usually
then you
how it
find
is.
Kurt Cobain instead.
Kurt Cobain. What was I gonna tell you? So Anthony, what you been up to, man? Cause there's a new addition to the studio. You got us a refrigerator.
Yeah, man. I got a little mini fridge, had to put the logo on there. Had some beer lying around, so we threw it in there and it actually filled it up.
Just
So
lying around.
just lying
like,
around.
under the bed.
Yeah.
Stuff in the backyard.
But cause last week Anthony had that Pepsi fridge over there, and he's probably like, there's only 3 beers that can fit in there. So Anthony gets a big ass fridge. How many beers have you tested it, Anthony?
well, a 30 pack fit in there.
Damn,
in case.
30 pack.
Yeah, so
So
we were good for a little while.
I opened it earlier, and you have some good old Bud Light. You have some Sol Dos Equis, I think I saw.
Ranch water.
Ranch water? Is that what it was?
He had ranch water in there.
Yeah.
Oh. So he's got a lot of
But
stuff
what's
in there.
missing?
You also had Shock Top in there.
Oh, he
right?
had
Yeah.
Shock Top.
I'm-
Yeah.
I'm missing the Pacific Street Ale in there. That's what
Oh,
we're missing,
we
man.
yeah.
gotta give Dave a call for
You guys
it.
got to get a refill of that.
Yeah, we do.
He's gotta come like those guys that fill up like your 5-gallon water.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they just
But,
come
like-
in,
The blue jumpsuit.
yeah,
In a Brinks truck. It's like
with armed guards.
no, but yeah. So, anyways, Adrian's on the show. Tell us a little bit about who you are, Adrian.
Okay, I am a musician. I really consider myself more of a music writer than a musician. I'm not really much of a performer. I pretty much play like all the instruments, but I play them really poorly, including singing. But I feel like I'm a composer. I like to write music.
You like to write music.
Yeah.
Why don't you see yourself as like a performer? I mean, because obviously you've performed, but you like the writing part a lot more. That's your thing.
Yeah, I think that's really where I shine. Ever since I first started music when I was like 11 years old, I was put in guitar classes. I don't know. I don't feel like I really ever had a natural talent. And then I joined band when I was in whatever grade, 6th grade. And I never felt like I was the most talented, but I've always felt like I've been really hard working. So I'm always working towards to where I can consider myself a performer.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is it hard to like me personally, whenever I'm driving, I'm by myself, I get ideas, right? Like you start thinking when you're alone.
Absolutely.
And so when you're driving, do you carry like a notepad since you compose music and
You know-
lyrics or anything? You're like, oh man, I need to write this down.
You know what I do? I have this piano app on my phone. So if I all of a sudden, I'll just hear a random melody in my head.
And if
I'll just like at a stoplight, I'll pull out my piano and I'll try to figure out what it was. And then I'll record it into my phone.
Has
Dude,
it
that's-
ever happened like you pull it out and you're like, you're trying to do it and then the car behind you is honking and then they have a
Yes.
better beat?
All the time.
They have a better beat with their honk. They're like, nah, nah, nah. And
Yeah.
you're
Yes, I'm like,
oh
it's-
shit, I'm going to add that too.
Well, it's crazy that he's saying this, like that he's driving and then he goes to a stoplight or whatever, and then he pulls out his little phone and then he starts like trying to think of something, because that's very similar to what Josh Galindo was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know who he is, but Josh Galindo, he's like a singer, songwriter kind of guy, and
He's trying to start his own thing too.
we had him on the show, and he was talking about like he's always on. And sometimes he says like his best ideas come from just driving, and he'll hum. He's just like and then he'll find something and he's like, oh, and then he'll be like pull out his phone or whatever and then just kind of like work on it. But it's crazy that you have like a similar kind of method of doing
I think
it.
that's just kind of the way music writing works. I mean, I did go to school for music, so I kind of know like the science, the math, the logical portion of why music works the way it works. And that kind of helps. But I felt like when I was in high school, when I was barely figuring things out, just going off of ideas, I had some of my greatest ideas. And the more and more I studied music, the more analytical I became and more critical of stuff. But so, yeah, the best ideas come, honestly, when I'm in the gym. Like this morning, I just posted on Instagram. I was on pre-workout. You guys
Yeah.
take pre-workout. But
Obviously.
and I had all kinds of crazy ideas, and so I just started jotting them down. But also, yeah, like I said, most of them come in the car because I'm in the car most of the time.
Yeah. So I got a suggestion or
Don't listen to
I'm totally open.
Okay, so I've seen this before, so it wouldn't be like the first time. But
It's probably the worst fucking
shut up, people. God. So you're in the car, you're driving, and you stop. This is like a video idea, I guess. And then you stop, and then you hear like, you're like, oh, I like that beat. And then the car's honking, and then the train drives by, like we heard the train and everything. Just the melody, it'd be like a little clip. Like this is what a musician hears. Like we hear racket, like normal people were like, "Oh man, the damn train's loud." Somebody's honking. But as a musician, you hear all the.
You hear like a
it turns
symphony.
into music. It's like. Boom, boom.
That's funny because I do a lesson like that with my elementary school students. It's always like the first week of
I'm
school.
elementary level.
Well, I mean, it's true. Like we talk about, like I'll ask them the first day, like, what is music? And they're like, it's a song, it's the drums,
Yeah.
it's And I'm like, well, it's more than that. It's the buzzing of the light,
Yeah.
the music around us, and so that totally plays into what you were just saying. So I'm not.
Good
just
job,
talking.
Peter.
See?
You graduated the
Get out of
first
here,
grade.
Abel.
No, did you know Anthony was in a band?
He was telling me he played bass.
Yeah. Fucking
So he's
Anthony.
actually we were talking, and he's actually in my band now.
Oh,
My new
damn.
band as
I
Hope.
got recruited.
No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
dude, okay, so that's the thing. Anthony has a drum set, so he's ready to go, man. He's like, Anthony, can you like play him something? I like we're just like
It's like not set up at all.
He's gonna just go
Do the air bass or what?
like
Yeah.
Animal on the Muppets.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, but Anthony was in a band. Anthony, were you like that growing up? Were you like constantly thinking about music, or you're just like, nah, I did it for the ladies?
No, I think I've always like had a passion for music. I'm just the kind of person that like I get into a hobby and I go like deep into that hobby. Yeah, obviously
Balls deep.
like you see the podcast and we got all this stuff. But a band is kind of hard because you know, getting everybody together it's hard, man. It's hard. You have different ideas and different stuff, so it's definitely difficult to
Kinda
keep
like-
a band.
like a podcast.
Yeah.
Very similar.
This is our band.
Yeah, my hat's off to you guys for being able to maintain this for 3 years. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's 2 years. We're going on our third season, so. But 3 sounds better. So yeah,
we'll
it's
go.
been 3 years.
I round up.
Okay.
There you go.
We'll
But
take it.
yeah, it is hard, man. I've never been in a band, so this is like our version of a band, trying to get everyone together. People don't understand like just matching up people's schedules. The difficulty of like, though we're all friends here, we clash a lot. Because Peter may have an idea or Anthony has an idea, and
A lot of it's politics.
yeah, and a lot of it, and then our personal lives too. Like, we just, yeah, it's just like,
It takes a real high degree of dedication to be able to say, you know what, I'm going to be flexible, and you know what, I'm going to be a little bit late, but I'll be there.
Yeah.
Instead of just no, I can't do it, or instead of no, I can't do this week, it's like, well, I could do Sunday at 11 p.m. if you guys can possibly squeeze it in.
Yeah.
A lot of dedication to be able to work around all the natural issues.
And not
come up.
ruining other people's schedule.
fuck you, this guy. Are you talking about Adrian over here? So
Oh no.
so if
You
this
guys
was
are good.
okay, this is our band, Adrian. If we were auditioning for your band, what's our grade right now? Are we failing?
out.
If I had to rank punctuality, it'd be low. But you guys are super cool, so that's like puts you guys above.
We gave
so
you
it averages
we
out.
gave you a beer, man.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
we gave you a beer. Like, I think that counts for something, right?
That
there.
does. So that kind of puts you guys
Was
a
it
little below average now.
all right? Is it cold?
Yeah, it's still
Okay,
cold.
so there.
The
That's
fridge
another
is
bonus.
working.
Yeah.
The fridge
All
is
right.
working. That's the only
It's about
thing.
the only thing cold in here, huh? It's hot as shit.
Can I go sit in that fridge a little bit? That's
Yeah, man. Just leave it open.
Just put your head in there.
what they mean by refrigerated air.
I was Oh, sorry.
God
I
damn
missed
it, Anthony. What's going on over there?
Dude, I'm trying to run
So
everything.
you're
down.
saying the best part about a band or a group or anything is not leaving your team hanging, right? Like,
For me, it's the music, but
well,
yeah, that's
well,
definitely
I'm saying
a part
like
of it.
when you're in a band and you were saying how if somebody's gonna be late, that's better than not showing up at all, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So going to my first topic,
All
the
right.
Olympics,
All right.
Simone Biles.
I mean, I was gonna talk
she
more
kinda
about
left her-
Adrian over here.
Oh,
but-
I was jumping right into
Okay,
the
okay.
Olympics.
We'll
You wanna
we'll
talk
come back
Olympics?
to you.
this is the most organic transition ever.
Yeah. Hopefully you're like.
Speaking of music, let's talk about the Olympics.
They have
Speaking
music
of
on the dance
backflips,
floor.
huh?
They have music on
I'm
the
sure
dance.
they do. But anyways, okay. Peter obviously wants to talk about the Olympics. Have you guys been watching it? Anthony, let's start off with you first.
No.
The most USA guy over here.
If they
and
put
he's like,
football in the Olympics, would you watch it?
Oh, hell yeah.
What if it was just guys from arena football?
Oh yeah. What about if it was amateur football?
What if Quincy Carter was a star player?
What is the LFL? That should be in the Olympics.
LFL. What the hell is
The
that?
Lingerie Football League.
Fucking athlete. But Adrian, have you been watching the
Absolutely
Olympics?
not. I just kind of
Really?
heard about Simone Biles, and
Did you ever watch the Olympics? Like, were you ever intrigued by it?
He's like
not really.
He likes
I'm
music,
like
Peter.
not really a sports guy, but I'm interested in it the slightest bit, maybe.
Okay, so Simone Biles, she kind of, I guess what happened, or Peter, you talk about it. Like,
Well, I mean, she was struggling, and it was
so she during the U.S. trials leading up to the Olympics, she wasn't
top.
you
form.
know,
yeah.
she was in top form. And then during the, I guess when she obviously made the team and she's like, they say she's the greatest gymnast ever, blah, 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 blah. And her, I guess they do like warm-ups in Tokyo, like before the actual events.
Mm-hmm.
And she just wasn't landing any of her routines. She was struggling big time. And I guess it was just like little by little, it was just like eating her away. So her very first like actual event where they were grading her, she messed up. And right after that jump, she kind of looked at her teammates and she was like, I'm done. Like, and then she left the floor. She came back later and she kind of addressed to her teammates like, hey guys, you can do this. I'm just like not mentally here.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. So she kind of put her team at a disadvantage because it was just them three, you know, competing against other countries where they have like a full squad, you know?
Right.
And then not only that, there were, I think like 2 events where that girl, she kind of had to do the events that Simone Biles was going to do. And that girl hadn't been training for it.
Right.
So it's almost like she put her team at a disadvantage. Kind of left them hanging.
They rose to the challenge
Yeah, they did.
because they ended up getting silver,
Yeah,
Wow.
and that girl, she messed up on the floor a
yeah,
couple of times, but I mean, for the most part, she did well.
yeah. I mean, she had to step up, and she did what she had to do. So, I mean, the big conversation though here was her mental health. That was one of the things that, or Peter, well, you talk about it.
Well, I mean, so instantly they started saying, did she fold under pressure? Was it the fact that her family wasn't there, her support system? Was it, you know, like there was all kinds of things coming out because families weren't allowed really because of COVID. And then people started saying it's the mental health. Like, to me, that's very vague. I mean, we don't know her mental health. We don't know her mental health history. So I don't want to call it mental health. I just want to call it pressure. I mean, from event pressure. Like, I think there's a fine line from mental health, like we're talking anxiety, like, you know, not just normal stress from an event, actual mental health that people have, like they can't control. Not saying she doesn't have it. I mean, I don't know her mental health history, which is none of my business anyways. But we've all played sports, right? At one time in our life, maybe t-ball, whatever, or even performing music. I'm sure you get the butterflies.
Yeah,
still.
absolutely.
So, would you say you have a mental health issue just for being nervous about playing something?
I
wouldn't call. I think that's normal for anyone to have that normal nerves. Nerves are nerves. People have good days. People have bad days. In basketball, you could be LeBron James but have a bad day and not make a shot. You know, like you're just missing.
Yeah.
Would I say he has a mental health problem? Not really.
Well,
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think she has, or I don't know.
I don't
She
know
has a
either.
mental- but I think everybody genetically has a different ability to deal with
Pressure.
various amounts of pressure.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't think anybody, well, like maybe 0.000000001% of people in this world have ever been under that amount of pressure. Because even though I don't follow sports or gymnastics or Olympics, I know who Simone Biles is. I can tell you, you know, about her and, you know, all the hype that's around her. So, you know, I could kind of relate to being under this extreme amount of pressure. Well, okay, I can't relate to be under her pressure, but you know, I can understand how maybe it just became too much for her, and she kind of just, you know, had to decide, what if I go for this jump and I don't land it? Do I want to be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life? Do I want to break my spleen?
Yeah.
Or do I want to just sit out for
But
this
then
one?
there's
Okay.
things that she's a abuse victim, right?
I
I believe
possibly.
She was. Yeah.
I don't know when
So
she was.
I
in
could
a-
No
understand.
idea.
I could understand that aspect, like past.
Yeah.
But to me, it was more of a. I mean, this is my own opinion. I think it was the pressure of the Olympics and everything.
Oh, there's the roach. Don't worry about it.
He's
Let
been
him-
walking around. He
Oh,
did
yeah?
a tour of
Joe's
the
a
room,
punk.
actually.
Yeah, his name's Jimmy.
Can we get him a mic,
He's
actually?
a special guest.
Can we get him a mic? But okay, to me, this is what it seemed like. I know this is, whoever listens to this, they're like, oh my God, what do you guys know about mental health? We don't know jack shit about mental health. But to me, what it seems like is it happens a lot in sports. It seems like she has the yips. So if you don't know what the yips are, a lot of golfers, basketball players, baseball players, any athlete, they have there's been cases of the yips. So like golfers, for example, they can be tremendous out there practicing, like they're hitting balls, they're able to do all kinds of things out there on the practice field, right? But when it comes to events, there's just like they can't rise to the occasion. There's like a mental block. Oh man, I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna go right. Like they can't figure it out there on the course when they're during an event. It happened to John Daly. This was like a good golfer where he had won a major in the past, and then out of nowhere, he just got the yips and he couldn't putt, he couldn't hit straight. Like there was something about it. Just this past NBA playoffs, Ben Simmons, he's the point guard for Philadelphia, right? And he had the yips when it came to shooting free throws. It got so bad that he had the ball in his hand and he would just pass it to another teammate because they were intentionally fouling him. So they would put him on the line and he would have to shoot free throws and he would miss. So the other team would just get the ball and then score. And they were just fouling him, like intentionally fouling him, like early in the ball game. And he
But
couldn't.
you wouldn't say that he has a mental health issue, right?
No,
it's just that he doesn't perform
it's
well
it's a
under
mental
pressure.
block. It's a mental block.
It's like in baseball when you go up to bat and you know
Yeah,
you
and
can
in
hit.
baseball, it's happened to what's his name, Sachs. It's happened to Chuck Novak. They can't make the throw to first base. Like, and they even talk about it in the movie Major League when the catcher, he throws it to third base rather than the pitcher because there's just something about it. Like, and so that's what I think she was, you know, look, gymnastics is a dangerous sport. Like you were saying, she does a flip wrong. If she's not feeling it, and I mean, and
She's
she
not gonna
lands the wrong
commit
way,
to-
she's going to fucking like, you know, mess herself up pretty bad. So I get that part. But I feel that kind of like what Peter's saying, it has less to do about mental health. It might just be,
A temporary issue.
yeah, it could be possibly anxiety. I've had anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
Like one time I even called Peter in the middle of the night and I was like, dude, I don't know what's like, it just like fucking hit me. And I was scared and I was crying and so I don't know, there's something there, but it's weird. It's
just, I mean,
it's an unknown.
from her point of view, she kept saying, you know, it's just, she's like, it was more mental, but that could have been mental, like she was in her own head, like
Yeah.
she couldn't execute.
So
But right away, people started like, oh, it's mental health and mental health awareness. And
So your problem is that it's being called mental health, or your problem is something else?
I just feel like right away,
You don't like the label.
yeah, like to say it's mental health right off the bat, it could just be jitters. Like she wasn't,
Yeah.
she was stuck in her own head with pressure at a very high level. I mean, that's the Olympics, you know, gold medal riding. You're considered the best. So I wouldn't say that it was mental health. I mean, maybe there's different categories and branches, like anything.
Emotional health. Or,
Yeah, but
temporary.
But like, there's
emotional-
people out there that really have mental health issues that, like, severe, and you're kind of putting it in that category, and that's where it kind of rubs me wrong. There are people that have PTSD. Not saying she doesn't. Like, I don't know her her life and everything, but I'm just saying that moment and that situation, in my opinion, was more about the pressure at hand, opposed to a mental health issue that some people face, like PTSD or neglect or I don't know. I mean, she might have that in her life, but that moment itself was based on her.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of backtrack a little bit.
In my opinion.
But maybe after all the success that she's had, maybe she's starting to develop some kind of mental issues. And
that could be.
Because it's happened to musicians, right? Where, you know, they're riding high, they're putting out music. I mean, they're on top of the world.
They need the next big hit.
And then they're constantly grinding. They're constantly working. And then before they know it, they become so obsessed that they kind of drive themselves crazy. And maybe she has gotten to that point. So, again, like, we don't know. Like you're saying, we don't know what her mental state is.
This is just opinion. Like, we're just throwing.
I think you never know when it's going to impact you.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you look at like Chris Cornell or Robin Williams or the guy from Linkin Park, what's his name? Chester Bedingfield. You know, I mean, maybe they weren't, you know, in the middle of a high impact thing, but you never know when it's going to strike you that you just can't take anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it's good for her mental state, mental health, whatever you want to call it, that she just said, you know what, maybe I need to sit this one out. And, you know, the disappointing thing is, well, you know, what about her team? What about the other people who were in a good state and who did have a good flow? You kind of have to think about yourself. Like, do I want to be paralyzed for the rest of my life or chance, you know, maybe getting a gold, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, do I think about me or do I think about us? And sometimes you have to put you. Well, I think all the time you have to put you first.
And that's where you could give respect. But then there's sometimes when you're in a team, you gotta push.
So
here's
the thing. I think what's off-putting on this is that a lot of people that played team sports, like Peter, for example, he played team sports. He's going to be coaching team sports. And when you're on a team, you have one ultimate goal. It's to, you know, win or, you know, and it's to bring your teammates along. And when one person is struggling, you try to pick them up. And where her teammates came in, they saw that she was struggling and they picked her up and they went with it. So, like, those are good teammates. And I'm not saying she's a bad teammate, but maybe she's a good teammate. Maybe she's making that decision. Because maybe she's so great that she knows that if I'm going to do these events, I'm going to do more harm to the team because I'm not going to land them and we're just going to keep on getting point deductions. Hey, I don't know that girl's name, but it's like, hey, Jordan or whatever, you're going to do the events. I know you have been practicing on them.
I think her name was Kelsey.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
But it's like, you're going to do the events now. Maybe you're not going to score as high as what I could have, but it's going to be better. Yeah, it's going to be better than.
So at that point, and we discussed, she was struggling before. If you're struggling in practice, and you're struggling in the events leading up to, why go into that situation already?
Maybe
so when you walk out,
she
at
thought
that
she
point,
could power through, and maybe she thought.
So,
and because like here's the thing, I think she's won like 23 world championships, including the Olympics, like gold medals and stuff. So it's like people are labeling you as the GOAT, right? That's what everyone says.
So
like you're the greatest of all time. You have to like rise to the occasion because everyone's looking at you. So maybe like, again, like they were putting so much pressure on her that she's like, you know what? I kind of have to go because let's be honest. If she sits out, people are going to like, if she decides not to be on the team, people are going to like shed on her. Right. Kind of like when Michael Phelps was in the Olympics. I mean, the only reason people really watched the Olympics was because Michael Phelps was chasing the 8 gold medals or whatever in one Olympics. It had never been done. So he was trying to break a record, and people were like, if he would have said before the Olympics, no, I'm not going to do it, they would have been like, oh, what a pussy. Like he couldn't rise to the occasion. He failed in I guess Athens or whatever. He failed in Athens. He's not gonna chase it for the Beijing Olympics. We knew he couldn't do it. You know, there's always gonna be those haters. So maybe she felt like, no, I have to. And then not including endorsements too. Maybe there's some kind of contract obligation, you know,
to show.
like Wheaties or Nike or all these endorsements that she has. They're probably like, you have to go. And if you don't go, we're gonna, you know, we're gonna pull your endorsements.
Yeah.
So that could have been it as well.
I don't know. I mean, at first I was disappointed, and then of course I said my piece. But with you guys saying your piece, I mean, or just you come up to with a different idea, like, oh, well, maybe I'm wrong.
Has that ever happened to you? Let's go back to music. Has that ever happened to you in terms of like music? I mean, because
like me deciding to bail on something because I didn't think I was prepared.
All right, you've been in a band before, right?
Right.
Obviously. But has there ever been a time when you guys are going to perform at some kind of festival or whatever, and then right before the festival, you're like, dude, I can't go out there?
No, and I think that's one of my weaknesses is I've performed so many times when I really shouldn't have. It was like, and so I ended up hurting the team rather than helping just because I did such a poor job or had a mental break or something. And then mid-performance, it just all went downhill. And I could think of plenty of, I used to be with this touring group called Blue Knights, which is a drum corps, which band people will know all about. But I could recall so many times where I was on the field performing and just had one small mistake. I started thinking about it. I had 2, 3, 4. Next thing you know, it's just a total mess.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I should have just like faked it, or I should have just, just done something else. Just, or if I wasn't mentally ready, shouldn't have gone on the field at all. So that's why I kind of applaud her.
Yeah.
Because she could have, maybe instead of coming in second, they would have come in 8th or 9th or something, So, and then plus, like I said, you got to think about, your physical health. If she, like I said, she could have really ended up in a wheelchair, or something long term. Instead of just, it's like, can you deal with people trashing your name for, a month, a year, whatever? Or would you rather be handicapped for the rest of your life?
And here's the thing, like, once the Olympics is over, nobody's going to talk about her, you know?
You think so?
Yeah, like, it happens every 4 years. Like I just said, she won 23 world championships. You had no clue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you knew she was an amazing Olympic gold medalist, but in terms of, like, the gymnastics world, we don't know that world. We don't know how many events that they have a year or when the world championships are. So in next week, Olympics are going to be over. People are going to forget about this. Football's coming up. People are going to be all gung-ho about football. Like Anthony's over there. Like, look at him. He's already got his
fantasy football.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just
right. In 2 months, it's going to be Simone who?
Yeah. Simone.
Simone.
No, but yeah. Anyways, let's talk about your music career. Like, let's start from the beginning. Well, not the beginning, but like let's kind of like run through like all the stuff that you've done in the past.
Okay, let me see here.
What
you guys just kind of like threw a big
that's how it goes.
Curveball, yeah.
Curveball at me here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about Simone Biles, but now let me think about music.
What's the first instrument you learned how to play?
Okay, I think I learned how to play guitar when I was like, I took lessons when I was like 11 or 10 years old. My dad took me to Juarez across the border, and took me to some giant warehouse, and they had all kinds of little shops, and bought like the cheapest $30 guitar they could find, one for me and one for my brother. And I started taking lessons. And then once my parents kind of went through a divorce, couldn't really afford lessons anymore, just kind of abandoned it. But I still kept tinkering with it. And then like the next year, my mom told me I needed to join band. So I chose drums just because it seemed the most relatable to me. And I hated it the first year, but the second year, after I had cried and asked my mom if I could just quit band, I had this awesome band director who was in this local jazz band. I got to see him perform. So watching him, I felt really inspired. So I stayed in band after that, all throughout high school. And even though, like I said, I really wasn't that talented, I was never like the section leader or like the prime example. I loved it. That's really the only thing I could possibly see myself excelling at. And so I went through in college and eventually ended up getting my degree in percussion. And like I said, throughout college, I was in this performing group based out of Denver called Blue Knights, and went on tour with them. But I always had a little bit of, I just kept messing around with guitar and piano, and I felt like I really excelled at writing music. During college, to make money, I would help out at local high schools teaching their drum lines. So I think I started out at Andrus, and then the next year I was at Jefferson High School, and then they asked me to help out at Chapin. Then eventually I was at Franklin, so I kind of had this constant relationship with Franklin High School where I would teach their drumline every summer. And I really enjoyed, they asked me even not just to teach, but also to write the music for them. So I'd help out writing their drumline music and teaching them. And I felt like we had a pretty good run. I had a good rapport with the kids. And I had a good time writing. It was very gratifying to hear music you wrote being played back to you, and being able to tweak it and see that come to life. So that was really where I fell in love with music, truly, is writing it. Yeah. So this was about maybe a couple of years later. I graduated from college, and I was a band director my first year, and then I moved back to El Paso and started teaching elementary music. And that's what I've been doing basically ever since, is teaching elementary music. And I love it. And I eventually ended up reuniting with an old high school friend named Luis, and we formed Roma, which was the band that I was in until recently. And it was a lot of fun. Played some of his songs, played a lot of my songs. And about a week ago, he just kind of texted me out of the blue saying that he really wasn't feeling it anymore, and that he doesn't think he's going to continue with Roma. So now I'm starting my own project, something kind of fresh called As Hope. So you can follow me on IG and follow that journey. It's called at As Hope Official.
Nice.
So that's my new thing.
You know what I took away? Like everything you just said, but from the very beginning, was that you tried something, and after 1 year you hated it. Mm-hmm. Like that first year you hated it, and you were just like, you were ready to tell your mom that you were gonna quit. Mm-hmm. And then before you knew it, you were in. Like it just took one person to inspire you, and then it just led to this whole journey. Like that's what I took away from everything you just said right now. And I was gonna ask you, do you feel that today's age, there's so many options out there, and I feel like kids just quit immediately in a lot of the stuff that they do? If it's
like they don't let it simmer almost.
Yeah,
like
if it's practice for, mm-hmm. soccer, football, any kind of athletics, music, they'll try something, and then they're like, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah,
and
if they don't get that instant gratification,
yeah.
they wanna leave it.
Yeah, and they want to leave it, and then they're like, no, it's because mm-hmm. I want to be this now, or I want to do that, or I want to try this. And I feel that by you sticking around, you wanted to quit, but it was, you muscled up and you stayed in a little bit longer, and then that's when you found your like true calling, Mm-hmm. And sometimes a lot of the stuff that we do, it's not pleasant at the beginning. It's not like it's a grind. You have to like, go out and be uncomfortable for the
mm-hmm.
time.
It's like there's a saying that I don't know who this quote is from, but it's my favorite ever. And the quote is, you don't have to be great to start, but you do need to start to be great.
I like it.
I think I said that one time on the show.
I think it might have. Somebody got Rio. I'm not really sure.
I think it was.
No, but Yeah. No, like that's a cool journey,
I'm
man.
writing it
That's
down.
really Peter's writing it down right now. What is that?
Oh, this is band Roma.
Oh damn. I like how Anthony just fucking puts fucking music in the middle of the show.
This is actually a song I wrote about a cat.
Oh. What is it called?
It's called "There for You."
Damn. Can we play this?
It's too late now.
Yeah, I guess it's already playing.
Fucking Anthony just putting in music. Adrian's over here like, God damn it, I hate that song. It's about a cat.
Yeah.
No.
And then I kind of like, I wrote it like 12, 14 years ago. And eventually when I started Roma,
Yeah.
we started playing it and I tweaked the words. So it's not really I don't mention the whiskers anymore. No, there was never lyrics about whiskers.
Yeah, man. That's fucking cool.
So
Yeah.
what's the kind of music you like to play? What would you say your band is more emulated by?
I don't know. I would say probably Weezer is my favorite band of all time.
Oh.
Yeah. Early Weezer, not really new Weezer, but
90s Weezer.
yeah, 90s
Like
Weezer.
Weezer was cool.
Pinkerton Weezer.
I hung out with Weezer one time.
Oh yeah, Peter.
Really? You're
Yeah.
kidding me.
I swear.
When they came to El Paso
I was
4 or
with
5
them.
years ago.
Did you
shit.
tell him you worked at the radio station?
That's right. You told me you worked at KLAQ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that prior to showing up today.
What? Oh, there's our guy right there. Look at
Jimmy,
Oh, shit.
What'd you say, Jimmy?
Jimmy.
What the hell?
Fucking Jimmy, dude. Cliffhanger. But anyways, fuck.
This guy really wants to be on the podcast
Yeah.
here.
But
Climbed up.
how was Weezer, Peter?
They were cool, man. I mean, I've always done this thing where I don't get like too like like just kind of talk to them,
Uh-huh.
normal, hang out with them. And
Yeah, because you know they're kind of like not really going to remember you anyways.
yeah. It's funny because if you look through my phone, like I have contacts of all these bands I've met, and it's like so and so manager of so and so.
Oh, shit.
The individual band members.
Uh-huh.
I have all their numbers. Like the other day, we were like cleaning out our contacts, and I was like, "Damn!" So I kept them because I'm like, "That's cool." Because it's like tour manager for Ellis Cooper, like,
Yeah.
or stuff like that. And I was like,
Wow, that's awesome.
"Not
Besides
like I'm
your,
ever gonna call him again." But
besides your professional career, what has music brought you? Like in terms of entertainment, but also has it opened up, meeting people? Like, holy shit, dude.
That's a good question, but the answer is probably no.
No, it hasn't brought you anything. Like,
I mean, I do have like former teachers and people who I was in groups with. Like I said, when I was in this touring group, Blue Knights, I was also in this other group that toured based out of San Antonio called Revolution. Yeah, I have friends that have gone on to big things, but nobody really that I'm close to or
damn.
rely on too much.
Oh, it's right there. Look. He
fell on his back. I think he broke his spine.
He just did a Simone Biles.
Exactly.
Jeez, poor guy.
He should have just quit while he was ahead. We would have talked crap about him for not being on that roof.
Dude,
but
look at Anthony's walking around the studio with a fly swatter, smashing fucking
he
little
flicked
Jimmy.
it at me like a pancake. I was like,
Dude, but fuck.
Come
Oh,
on, Ben.
God damn it, Ben. It's just
oh, no wonder it's been me this whole time.
yeah, it's just Adrian's face like
His eyes got all big.
yeah,
It's a good reaction video right there.
Right?
all right, so I wanted to dude, I wanted to talk about this. So last night I went out and I was telling the guys before the show started, shut up, Peter. And I think I'm too old to be going out now.
Well, first of all, hold on. First, you need some explaining to do about your shirt.
Oh, you guys like that?
Yeah, I've been wondering what that was about this whole time.
Oh yeah. So I went out, but I'm wearing the same clothes from yesterday.
Is
So
that Taylor Swift by any chance?
no, that's Selena.
Selena.
Yeah,
It's
Are you
'cause
sure that's not Taylor Swift?
her hair's not black? And that
I think it's Selena.
It's a knockoff.
Taylor Swift does not have a booty like that though.
booty's kind of small though. It's not doing justice.
Well, it's not Taylor Swift booty though.
No, Taylor Swift's like that.
Yeah. But anyways, so I didn't have clothes, so I actually had to borrow this shirt. Yeah, that's basically the story right there. But
What? No, there needs more explanation there.
no, don't worry about the explanation.
Oh,
I needed
he
to
doesn't
borrow
wanna
a
say it.
shirt.
I just
so-
needed to know whether or not it was Taylor Swift. But okay, I
No,
got it.
so yeah. But anyways,
I'm just looking at your shirt now.
yeah, it's Selena, dude. And that's her bustier.
Her bustier.
Her bustier. She's got some boots, some lips, red lips, I guess. I don't know. It's the first time I'm wearing this shirt. It's not mine.
It's a
guys.
good shirt, actually, though.
Yeah. I think it's a girl shirt, too. It feels like a little tight, like over here.
So it was like left on your nightstand or something.
Kind of like that. But anyways, just, I wanted to tell you guys that last night I went out, but I feel old now. Like, I feel I should not be going out anymore. Peter talked about, like, on a previous show that he feels old because when he plays basketball with...
It's just a place you went to.
You think so?
Yeah, like you went to a place that's more a younger vibe. I used to go to a place when I was younger to an old bar. Like I always felt like I'm too young for this bar.
If you go to L&J's, you will feel so young.
Yeah. Like I used to always go to King's X.
If you go to Teddy's, you'll feel really young.
Oh, yeah, that would be a
Teddy's Flame Room.
scary experience there. But I don't know, dude. I that was not the first time, but that's...
You're just going to the wrong place.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, whatever.
Were you with a younger group that went with you?
No, not really. I maybe it wasn't my crowd either. Because there were people that I saw there that are older than me. I mean, I just told you about someone that I saw there, and they were older than me. It was just a weird... I wasn't digging
What
it.
is your crowd?
I have no clue. I think I'm just the guy that sits at a bar and...
Guy?
Yeah,
That's how I
like
was.
a sports bar kind of guy.
When I was
Give
single,
me a regular
I
beer.
used to just go to the bar, sit there by myself, and I liked that. Like I enjoyed being by myself.
Me too.
I didn't look for the whole boom, boom, boom. And
Yeah, that's
like,
kind of how it
girls
was
and all
yesterday.
that. I was just, I like to sit down and like
And eat your wings.
eat wings and drink a beer.
Yeah, and watch beach volleyball or whatever that's on the TV.
The obscure sports and like dodgeball and
But
Curly.
spike ball.
I don't know. Adrian, do you feel old?
I do feel old.
When was the first time you felt old?
I'll tell you when the first time was. When I didn't get carded for beer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been carded in a while.
And that happened about maybe like 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
You
'Cause
look
I was
really
always-
young,
You
though.
look
Yeah,
young.
you look good,
Dude,
man.
you're like the best. Like, you're in...
You look younger than
I
us.
tried.
Like,
Yeah,
you don't have
that's.
the crow's feet. You don't have the
Yeah,
dark
yeah.
circles.
I've always
You have
been.
good
I've always been
skin.
scared to look old.
You have
Yeah.
good skin.
I,
Nice little workout uniform
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I
You
just
know,
Finger,
I
man.
embrace
Thank
my
you.
oldness.
he's got biceps. I mean,
I
he's got
know.
veins on his biceps.
That's right. Check
I
out
mean-
that vein.
Dude, like,
This vascularity.
he's in good shape over here.
Yeah.
We're like fat asses.
I'm looking at myself like, damn,
Yeah.
this is what it's become.
We can't have you on the show because you're too good
Guys could
looking
just-
for us.
Oh, thank you.
No.
No.
We usually try to
Okay.
get like ugly
That
guys
was
on the
weird.
show. That's weird.
That was weird. But anyhow, 10 years ago was the first time I did not get carded for beer, and I felt like just the biggest, like my jaw just dropped, and I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
What kind of beer were you buying? Because if you're buying Bush, I don't think they're ever gonna card you.
I think it was some of the most stock stuff like Michelob Ultra.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like I
they're-
just feel like if you buy certain beers, they're like, fuck, take it.
Lone Star, they're always going to
Yeah,
card you.
Fucking
This
beers.
guy's-
man.
You get White Claws, and they're like, yeah, definitely card this guy.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, and that was another thing. So I was like, let me have a Bud Light. Yeah, we don't have that. And I was like,
What?
fuck? Like,
What?
what do I drink here?
You're
And
in
then
the
I got
wrong
I got a
place
Michelob Ultra because like that was like the only one that I was like, yeah, I guess I could drink that. Then I got that, and then like everyone was just smashing White Claws, and I was like, I think I have to go like that route because the Michelob Ultra was fucking hot too. Because they were probably like, nobody orders this shit,
White Claw, it's just like a seltzer water, right?
Yeah.
Or
basically.
seltzer,
But they're
sparkling.
strong.
I've,
like,
I've had them before.
They hit you out of nowhere.
Oh, they do. One time I got this one from Circle K. It was like a Bud Light one, and it was
Oh.
on sale. It was like $1 each, which should have been my first flag. But it was
Yeah.
like 8% alcohol, and it was one of those tall boys. And by like halfway through, I was smashed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It was great.
I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually have a story about Bud Light seltzers and why the 49ers lost to Super
Oh,
Bowl.
I remember
God.
that. You're
here
Fucking
we go.
Anthony, man.
Here we go.
Fucking
You remember
Anthony.
that?
So my favorite team's the 49ers. They were in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, and Anthony, wise guy, brings Bud Light seltzers. Nobody drinks them. So I'm like, you know what? I feel bad for Anthony for bringing this beer. I'm gonna fucking drink them. I drink one. Okay, it's all right. Tastes like dog shit, but I'm gonna continue to drink them. As I'm drinking them, 49ers start winning, and I'm like, holy shit, these are my good luck beers. And I don't know how many I drank because nobody was drinking them.
Put it
What
this
was it,
way,
like
he
a
was yelling at the TV like this, like holding. So he was a couple
Yeah.
in.
You didn't have like the hat on that had the two
Oh,
cup holders and the straws.
No. But I had a mask on. I had my 49ers mask. Remember?
Yeah, he didn't sit down the
It was
entire
like-
game.
yeah,
He
the
was
wrestling
standing.
match.
Yeah, I was standing the whole game. But anyways,
Maybe it was the standing that was the good luck charm.
no, I think it was the beer because as soon as we ran out, fourth quarter hits, 49ers are up by like 11 or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, something like that.
They're up. And I'm like, dude, we're going to win a Super Bowl. I'm finally going to like witness the Niners win a Super Bowl. And because last time they won, I was like fucking 5 or 6 or some shit like that. So I was like, oh, I'm going to witness this. And then I'm like, reach into the ice chest. There's no more Bud Light seltzers. After that moment,
You didn't pace yourself.
fucking shit hit the fan. 49ers started fucking up and penalties and everything. They end up losing the Super Bowl. I'm sad, and I don't even have Bud Light seltzers to drown my sorrows. So
You
Talk
drank-
about being kicked while you're down.
yeah,
He drank them too fast. He had to pace himself.
I don't.
Like
Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely got to pace yourself.
It was a bad experience. But what's your go-to beer?
Me? Oh, Shock Top or
Shock
Blue
Top?
Moon. One
Just,
of those two.
just because we had it in.
They're
stock.
no, they're interchangeable to me.
Yeah.
I think I had like a similar experience to you. I one time went to some bar with my wife. I think it was Mall Alam or something.
Shout
I
out
asked
to the
for-
wife. Shout out to the wife.
Yes, Clarissa, if you're listening, sorry we didn't make it to church today, but I love you.
I got a church
But,
back here, so we'll be all right.
Oh yeah, Anthony's opening up a church. Did you know that?
No, but I'm terrified now.
No. This isn't.
It's not a cult.
He's not
I promise.
Oh no! I remember listening to this episode. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Not so scared anymore, but just a
Okay.
little terrified.
All right.
But
So-
I think Shock Top. I had gone to. I think it was Mall Alam. Might have been something else. But they did not have Shock Top, and they're like, all we have is this local stuff. And I said, just give me whatever is similar, and it was something I'll never remember the name of.
Yeah. They were
Yeah.
like, we only have $19 beers. Here you
I'm
go.
not really like a beer connoisseur, anyways. So I mean, really, it could have been completely different.
Big word right there.
so when we come out with our beer, we're gonna give you.
I want to try the Pacific Street Lager, but I know you guys like are limited on
Yeah.
We have one.
supplies, so
Fucking Peter drinks them all.
I want to come back once they're in stock.
Yeah. It's really good. And I'm not just saying it because it's our beer, but it's really, really good. And it's nice on a like really hot day.
What if we start adding pictures of people from the neighborhood?
Ooh, that's
That's
what
a
we
good
need to
idea.
do.
And just starts going around.
With our beer.
Yeah.
They're all old and everything. Cause
Or we start a Facebook page for our beer.
Mm.
Like
Hey.
Twisted Tea, you know how like they have the videos
That's
of people
true.
drinking their
Look at
beer
that.
and everything?
Oh, we
Yeah,
got-
I'll
we got-
write the song for the
Yeah,
Pacific Street
see,
Lager.
there we go.
how would what kind of song would it be?
What,
would it
what
be?
comes to your mind?
Yeah.
The train. I hear a train.
I don't know.
I hear the train
Songs to me
coming.
always start with some sort of a melody. I don't have a melody yet.
You're rolling down the park.
I'm just imagining the Bluebell theme for some reason.
Dude,
Tastes like the good old days.
so I'm assuming it's gonna be fucking country.
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Like it wasn't before. Before I was thinking something like hip hop, like you guys, but now I'm thinking about the neighborhood, and like old people. Like I saw this old man like watering the cement out here earlier. So
Yep, that's
I'm like,
definitely our
there used-
neighborhood.
there
like
used to be
watering the
grass
cement.
There used to be grass here until my son told me to cement everything.
Yeah.
The old man himself still thinks he's watering grass.
The hose
His
wasn't even on.
son paved that over years ago.
Hey, that's my deal, all right?
The hose wasn't even on.
Oh shit, man. Watering the cement. That's something you do see here on Pacific.
Oh, man.
Watering the cement. Car parked in the front lawn. You see that shit all the time.
That is one of my biggest pet peeves when people park their cars in their front yard,
Yeah.
like on the grass or
You would
Yeah.
on the
love- you
gravel
would
or
love my
something.
neighbor. There's like 5 cars in there.
Yeah, Peter lives in a wild neighborhood. I remember the first time Peter's like
You live in Canotillo?
No, I live in the Northeast.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Oh shit.
You made it here alive?
Dude, I remember the first time like I went over.
It's not bad.
No, it's not. It's actually a really good neighborhood, but
You got to mix.
every once in a while there's a family that lives like in the neighborhood that's like, you're the one that's driving these prices down.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had a fucking couch like in their front yard,
No.
Oh yeah, yeah.
like a fucking couch, and I'm like,
Absolutely not.
I was like, they're all busting out the sofa
They're
sleeper
all
and
sitting
everything. There's
there.
fucking movie
The
nights.
kids are staying the night.
My mom lives on the east side in an aging neighborhood. It was a house I grew up in, and you know, when I was small, it was like everybody was like there's all kinds of little kids, and it was kind of sketchy. But now, as it's an older aging community, older people live there, and they're all redoing their houses, and all the yards are clean and pristine, except for my mom's neighbor, and because it's like a house that's now like being rented out.
Yeah.
And every person that rents that house is sketchier than the previous.
Wow.
And like they had before this current renter moved in, they had the owners of the property had like cleaned it up a little bit, like pulled out weeds and whatever. But the second it got rented out and they took off the for rent sign, all of a sudden there's a car that's like on like cinder blocks in the parking lot, and like. They had like this bright fluorescent light in the driveway that's on no matter what. And so I feel bad for my mom.
What did you think about coming to our studio and seeing all the cars that Anthony has in his front yard, like fucking trucks and everything like that?
It's got a parking lot here.
I don't know.
Were you
I didn't know what to expect really.
Did you think we had a studio? Well, I mean, we have a studio, but did you think
Well,
we're
from watching the podcast, I thought you guys were like in a studio, like
like
a business building. But once you told me it was on Pacific, I kind of thought like,
he's like,
He's
fuck.
like, what the
I
hell?
thought it's in a really bad neighborhood.
There's guys watering the street.
Watering the cement and everything.
He's like, we left this neighborhood for a reason.
Do you feel like more comfortable now? Now that you
Oh
see
yeah,
our setup?
absolutely.
Yeah. Cause yeah.
It's so funny because like we would have bands come and usually it was at night, right, when we would have our shows, and it was just like, yeah, just come to the backyard, and then people were like, what the fuck, like,
They
Le
would
Voyage.
call.
They're
what
like,
was her
am I being like lured here for some
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're getting-
sketchy reason?
like
Was
they're
it
getting
Brianna?
punked.
You want to
From-
see what's behind that curtain?
I've been behind that curtain.
Oh.
Oh.
There's
You seen behind the curtain.
there's a little drum kit and
Oh, you showed
a
him?
hole in the
Yeah.
a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah, I showed him where
You're
our
only
stage
an
is.
hour late. Well, they have to do something.
I actually spent the night here.
Yeah. He's our new intern.
He was sleeping with Jimmy.
Ben is no longer our intern, I guess.
Fucking Ben, man. So Ben apparently got a job or some shit,
Yeah.
right? I don't
Good
know.
for him.
I guess.
See, you come on the show one time, you get a job.
Yeah.
You
So
need a
Well,
job.
I'm here.
yeah.
So what's new for your band? What's coming? Or
Well, for his
for
act.
you, for your act.
Okay, my new how do you honest? My new group, my
Venture?
new act is called As Hope, and it's basically kind of just a solo deal. And I am performing next Sunday at an art show. It's somewhere on Poplar Street, but it's next Sunday, and I'm performing with a drummer, a really fantastic drummer. I think he's way overqualified to be performing with me, and we haven't rehearsed yet together, but I kind of know him, and his name is Manny Castañeda. So if anybody who knows the local music scene, they're gonna be blown away by this guy. But yeah, we're performing next Sunday. If you follow me on IG, I'll post all the details on that. So again, that is As Hope Official. That's my Instagram handle.
Yeah. We'll put it up and then
Yeah,
because
that's actually my only Instagram account now.
yeah.
Is Abel too old to go see you perform?
Yeah. Am I too old for that? For your act?
No, Manny's. I think he's older than I am, so I
Oh.
think you guys will
Am I too young?
probably
Oh.
too young. How old, you said you're like 33?
33.
Yeah, you're probably like
Abel,
one of the
do
young.
you like
ones.
art shows?
I do.
You should go.
Why?
You
Oh,
should- yeah.
It's an art show?
Yeah, I think it's like a photography and poetry event.
There you go.
Peter does
I
poetry.
do.
It's gonna be an indoor thing though, so yeah, I recommend you
What's-
check it out.
What's the weirdest place you've ever played? Like the weirdest gig you ever did?
A kid's birthday.
Well, I gotta say I've only performed like with a rock band, maybe like 5 or 6 times, but I've performed solo at my school several times. I've like set up my guitar and some speakers as kids are walking in, and I kind of like set up on like different sides of the campus. Like I'm like, I just want to see where, you know, the morning crowd rolls in. And my school has like 4 or 5 different entrances where kids could come in.
Would any kids
And I one
toss you like
time-
a quarter or anything?
No, they just usually walk by right by me. But
He's all playing the Star Spangled Banner.
I think I played like for like 30 minutes to like absolutely nobody. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna practice here. So that was probably the weirdest gig I've ever
Do you
done.
want to top that? Do you want to like perform in the back of Anthony's house?
I will, yeah. I'll perform
Yeah. Once
we
anywhere
get
where
that
they'll,
going, yeah.
they'll
As soon as
let
we
me.
patch up that hole, we're gonna have to have you in studio.
Yes,
in
definitely.
studio to like perform.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Would you be down?
Absolutely, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like I said, I'm totally like any place where I can, I will.
Yeah.
There
So
we
one
go.
time we in our band we played in front of a fish store. A fish store had a grand opening,
Fish store.
and it was called the Wet Spot. They had a grand opening, and we got to play in front of the store, and it was pretty funny, man.
Did you guys have to? They're like, yeah. The only thing is, in between songs, you have to say, "Do not tap on the glass."
Yeah, don't.
That is the only reason we're hiring you, because we don't want to put up a sign.
Yeah.
It was cheaper to hire them to get a poster.
I was in a fish suit playing the bass.
The Gus and Goldie.
They went to Kinko's. They're like, how much is a copy to put up on that? Fuck that. We'll hire this shitty band.
I actually did play though, right next to the Prickly Elder at Monarch.
Oh.
Nice.
Damn.
That was the
They're
first Roma
connected,
show.
aren't they? Like
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
They're like right there. That's
But
cool.
I don't think they do live shows at Prickly Elder. I think they just have like DJs now or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, I didn't want to say the spot, but that's where we went last night. And I was like,
Oh,
I was like,
you could bleep that.
no,
So-
no, it's cool.
So last time we asked Josh Galindo this question, this road trip question. So like, if you had a long
Oh,
like
shit.
cross country road trip, you could only
Had
listen
several.
to one artist. What would that one artist be?
Definitely Pink Floyd,
Ooh, Pink Floyd the whole way, huh?
because they got like really long songs that never get old.
Yeah.
Definitely Pink Floyd, yeah.
I said Tool because Tool's like 10-minute songs. You know.
Yeah, that's true also.
Yeah. Who did I say? I said Red Hot Chili Peppers, right?
I think so.
I think
I don't even
Selena.
know what I said.
Selena. Selena would be good.
Second choice, Taylor Swift.
You like Taylor Swift?
I don't hate her.
So what's that
Tay-Tay.
mean?
I don't have any of her songs on my phone, but if she's
Oh.
on the radio, I'll listen to
Oh, okay, okay. Any guilty pleasures?
it. I don't know. That's a good question. You kind of caught me off guard. Do you have any guilty pleasures?
I do.
Tell me.
Like a lot of the music I listen to, like I like a lot of.
Oh, you mean guilty pleasure music?
Oh, you're thinking like fetishes or
I
something?
thought you meant like kinky stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know
I'm
if my
into
wife's
feet.
gonna
I'm into
be too
feet.
happy about
Took a
this.
hard turn right there.
It's like you caught me off track, but I am a foot guy.
I'm like, geez, kazoos.
Clown noses and kazoos.
Clown noses.
oh,
Oh, musically, yeah, plenty. I like. Okay.
Taylor
Do you
Swift
guys
is a guilty
know Andy Williams?
no, what is
He
he?
sings "Happy Holidays" and
Oh, okay. I know that.
What's
"The
happy?
Most Wonderful Time of the Year."
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, he's kind of like a hokey, kind of like Sinatra kind of guy from like the '60s, and just would he'd be on like talk shows and just kind of like kind of lip sync to his own songs, and
Oh.
yeah, people kind of like roll their eyes, but I love his voice and I love hearing his music.
I like
Yeah.
boy bands.
Oh yeah, like
Like
talking about their music, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys,
98 degrees.
Yeah.
98
it's funny
Degrees,
people used to-
LFO.
People used to like shit on them back in the day, like, oh, this is so weak. But now, like, it's like, man, this stuff is so well written and it's so catchy.
You
It
know what I was
is.
listening to
Yeah.
over here, like on the way
What?
to the show? I was listening to Everlast.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
I just kept it on there and it just.
I think I only know like one or two other songs, but yeah, definitely good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys were talking on the show a couple podcasts back about like Los
Shitty
Lonely
bands?
Boys and
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Nickelback, but I think you guys had mentioned Shinedown and Creed, and I'm like, those are so good though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Shinedown. I love
Yeah.
Sealer and Shinedown.
Yeah.
But like they don't have a big following.
Creed was
I
huge.
thought they did because they're
Well,
always on
Shinedown
Kelly
does.
Q.
Shinedown does, but
Creed was huge when I was in middle school. Like,
With arms wide open.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that guy had a cool voice.
On Kelly Q back in the day, I'll never remember. I'll never forget because they had done this. Buzz had a guest on that had done a parody of "Take Me Higher," the Creed song, and it was "Take Me to Dyer."
Oh yeah,
And I remember walking to 8th grade and I was just laughing.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was-
the greatest thing in the world.
it was Duke Keith.
Was it Duke
Yeah.
Keith?
So
Duke
Duke Keith makes some awesome parody songs. Like one I remember is the Chewbacca one, the "Give It to Me,"
Yeah,
the "Give It to Me to
yeah,
Chewie,"
yeah. And all the
and all the Jedi say I'm pretty or something.
yeah.
I'm pretty fly for a Jedi.
Yeah,
that was a
some shit
song,
like that.
something. It was about like Star Wars. and
Yeah,
all
I
that.
love those.
Yeah, Duke Keith is super
Yeah,
talented.
he makes all those like.
You should
parody
get Duke
songs.
in your band.
I think so.
Have you ever thought about doing like a parody band? That'd be awesome.
A parody?
like just making parodies of.
No, I'm
everything?
not really that good
Or-
at like being funny. So
Like
Do
a
you,
Weird
do you know
Al.
who Bloodhound Gang is?
yeah,
The Bloodhound Gang. I
they
like
did
them.
the
I like them a
Mammal
lot.
song, right?
Yeah.
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 Dude, I like them a lot.
Yeah, they were cool.
Like even just now, I could just put them on and listen, and they're just catchy, funny.
Are they a parody band?
No.
No.
Okay, I
They're
was like-
just- they just sing kind of.
Okay.
Like
but they
whatever the
do
hell they
have
want.
like silly songs and
Uh.
stuff. I feel like they're like you can laugh at them. Like they like that, you know?
Yeah, I'd
Mhm.
like to go see them in concert.
It'd be cool. But are you a big karaoke guy?
Me personally doing karaoke?
Yeah. No, you don't do karaoke?
No.
Why is that? You're bigger than it?
No, I don't. You know what? I've thought about it several times, but I think I would have a hard time, like, because I'm very analytical, like knowing where to come in and where to place the words. Like most people, they could just be like, all right, what's this song? I've heard that before. Give me the words and I'll know exactly. But like for me, it's like, where do I come in exactly? I like overthink that too much. I
Well,
would
see-
like fold under pressure and never come in at all.
Well, see, that's why when I do karaoke, I only have like 2 songs that I sing because they're the ones that I know like all the lyrics to.
Mhm.
So I don't have to read them. I don't like because sometimes you know when someone's doing karaoke and they don't know what the fuck the song is and they're just reading it. They're like,
Oh yeah, you could tell it's like coming.
Yeah,
They're, like,
you
processing
gotta
yeah,
know
it
it's
for me.
something
it's
that
like
you know,
it's like a
like-
little late, you know.
Yeah.
See, I'm random with karaoke. Like,
What do you mean?
It depends what I heard recently, because I don't
It
have
has
a
to
go-to.
be like still in your head.
Yeah, like remember one time we were doing karaoke and I was singing Ramon Ayala like in Spanish.
No,
And
I don't
it was,
remember that.
You
No.
don't remember?
Mm-mm. No, the reason I ask you that because is because you know who Daniel Paulus is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like he put a little clip of him on Instagram, like he's like, I miss karaoke or some
Was
shit.
it him singing "Dream On"?
I don't know. Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah. I actually messaged him being like, "Dude, that is so badass."
Yeah,
he's-
he actually has a really good.
Yeah,
voice
he's
and everything.
he's got a really good voice.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you should be if I had a voice like him or 90% of the people I heard, I'm like, man, I would be on top of things.
What do you
I'd
mean
like
on
spend
top of things?
like I would be like singing all kinds of stuff. I like
Oh.
spend like hours just trying to practice the songs I wrote to make them sound decent. But yeah, like I'm super jealous of anybody who's like naturally, can sing.
How hard? I mean, well, nah. I was gonna ask you a stupid question, and when it was coming out of my mouth, I was like, nah, that's.
Go ahead.
No, it's dumb. Did you ever feel like you wanted like to make it in the music business besides like what you're doing right now, but like an actual like an artist, like making money, like touring and doing shit
Yeah,
like that?
absolutely. And still, that's kind of my dream is to just be like recognizable, be like known. So I don't know. I think that's always, it's not like a goal for me. My goal is just to, just to be me, just to do my
Yeah.
thing. But when I was a kid, I was like, man, I used to love Aerosmith, which is why I was so why I felt so inclined to message Daniel when I saw his video last night. But I used to love Aerosmith, and I used to love Steven Tyler, like his image, and he was like the biggest thing in the world to me. I was like, man, that's what I want to do.
Yeah. Would you, if you had like a really good voice, would you join like The Voice or American Idol or something
No,
like
because
that?
to me that's just like glorified karaoke.
Is it?
Yeah,
Because you're singing someone
I
else's
mean, not to
song.
talk down about down to karaoke, but I don't know. I want to do my own stuff. I feel like even when you cover music, you're kind of just walking in somebody else's footsteps, unless you're like the kind of artist that could do a cover that is better than the original.
There's very few of them.
Like-
yeah, there's very few.
Like Weezer.
Yeah, I do like their version of Africa. This may be blasphemous to most people, but I like their cover of Africa better than I like the original, but only like that much.
Is there any other song or people that made a better cover than the original?
I like the Aerosmith version of "Come Together." And that was covered by Aerosmith. It was covered by Michael Jackson. It was covered by I forget who else. But it was originally, for those who don't know, it was originally a Beatles song.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like the Aerosmith version.
I like Theory of a Dead Man came out with Wicked Game, and so did Stone Sour, and they're both badass, dude. They're both like, I mean, that's Shinedown came out with Simple Man. That was a good one.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Simple
that
Man
was
was a
that was
good
a
one.
really good one too.
Those are my favorite ones.
Besides your teacher that inspired you to like pursue music, like
Mhm.
keep on going with it, are there like famous artists that like that's your go-to? Those are the ones that you like try to maybe match up your music with?
Yeah, definitely. I think if I could pinpoint one artist, singer, musician, is this guy Damon Albarn. He's the lead singer of Blur and the Gorillaz. And the Blur, they're like a 90s Britpop band that most people forget. But this guy Damon Albarn, check his music out. Like I said, he's the creator of Gorillaz.
Mm.
They sing. They have a bunch of hits from back in the day. But that guy, I feel like, is like just a total inspiration.
I like the Gorillas.
Yeah, they were cool.
Gorillas.
Yeah, if you ever dive into Blur, they have some really good songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Has anybody ever seen the Gorillas?
Yeah,
The Gorillas?
Like,
They perform live, but it's just like them in the shadow, like, and with a backdrop of the cartoons.
I've always thought about that.
Like in,
Yeah. I don't know who they are and stuff. And then the other day I went to a friend's house and she had like I was thinking of artists that you kind of don't know who they are,
Mm-hmm.
like that guy Marshmello or whatever.
Right.
Like, have people seen him?
I don't know.
he
I
just
don't,
wears
I
like
think
this.
he purposely does that.
Yeah, so he just wears like this marshmallow on his head.
Okay, guys.
So
you got me.
What?
I'm Marshmallow.
Damn it.
And I'll be at Prickly Elder next week. No, but it's like, I've always thought about that. Would it be a curse or would it be like something good? Like,
Like if somebody finds out who you are.
no. Like,
Or if they ever
to be
expose
famous.
themselves.
it's the
To be
best way to
famous-
escape being famous,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because
you're
your face is
you're famous, but nobody knows who you are. So once you put that costume on or whatever it is, people are like, "Oh shit!" But you can go places because nobody knows who
I think it's better that way.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. Would you like that? Would you prefer that or being like a fucking Britney Spears where everyone knows who the fuck you are?
I don't know. I think if I were to ever, like, if I would have known, like, if you told me, if you start playing music, you're going to be famous. You're going to be world famous.
You'd wear
Then
a
I
mask.
would probably wear a mask or something.
Really?
Yeah.
You would
Because, like, I mean, think about, like, when this guy Marshmallow started, I don't know how he started, but, like, do you think the first day he was like, I'm going to try this music thing. You just put on the mask and, like, I'm going to always wear it.
Or like he was just shy without it, and then he put it on.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
just
yeah.
blew it out of the water.
Yeah,
kinda-
maybe that's the way.
Or
it's
maybe
kinda-
he performed in front of a marshmallow shop.
Oh,
Like Anthony could
yeah.
just do his own solo
Yeah,
act
fucking-
dressed as a fish.
yeah. Maybe that's what I need to do.
That is true. We're on to
Something
something.
fishy. Oh, there you go, dude.
Or maybe like that shark that performed with Katy Perry.
Oh
that
yeah, the one that was
drunk-ass shark.
dancing.
Maybe that guy knew he was going to be famous. They're like, dude,
Dude.
we got to design a show around you. We're going to have other
Right.
sharks. Going to have Katy Perry headline with you.
That's
Fuck.
Co-headline.
what would your mask or disguise be?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I like
We only ask you good questions.
I think I'm too serious to do something silly. like a giant shark or like a marshmallow head. But I don't
So
know.
everyone's gonna
See,
know
a
who
shark
you are.
would be good right now because the baby shark crowd is gonna get older. And then there's your new.
So do you
audience.
think what's the mouse dead mouse like identifies like he's like geared towards like the Mickey Mouse Club crowd?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
That's
Daft Punk. Do-
motorcycles and all.
Do
Oh,
we
yeah.
do we know who they are?
That's a good question.
Tron.
It's kind of like, you know, when you look at Kiss, at like the guys in Kiss without their makeup, you're like, who the hell
Oh
is that?
yeah, that's true. Dang, dude.
They were pioneers.
I didn't realize there were so many artists that
Slipknot.
Slipknot. Hey, didn't someone from Slipknot die?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Recently.
Joey
Joey
Jordison, I
yeah.
believe.
Who
the
was
drummer.
he?
He was the
He's a
drummer.
Oh, he was the drummer.
The original
Yeah.
drummer, yeah.
Who's Anthony?
He had a neurological disease, right? For like since like 2012 or something, and he just couldn't play anymore. He
Oh,
couldn't
I'm
walk,
actually
and
not sure.
Yeah, and then I mean he knew he was gonna die.
Wow, I didn't know
It
that.
was coming up, I believe, right, Anthony?
I had
Did
no
you
I
idea.
think so. Yeah.
Who was your like your rebellious group that you would follow growing up? Like the one where like, fine, I'm gonna go to my room, and then you like close the door and you're like
You
put
just
on
crank it.
fucking Slipknot or
I don't know. It probably was.
If
Probably
wanna
was
be my
Weezer.
lover.
Weezer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dang. What?
I was just singing a song like you slam the door and it's like you crank up the radio or stereo and it's like if you want to be my lover. Like, the
Yeah.
Spice Girls.
I like Spice
I would go to my garage and play drum set like as loud as I possibly
see,
could.
he was a musician.
Just
just
to
to
He could
piss
make
off
his
my
own music.
mom. Yeah.
I had to
Yeah,
rely
it's-
on like.
Well, it
big-
wasn't just to
big
piss off my
timers.
mom. It was because I love music, but being extra loud to get out my aggression.
See, I didn't. Dude, I have no rhythm. I wouldn't even know how to like start an instrument. I remember one year Peter bought me a guitar, and he's
Mhm.
like,
All he did was take pictures naked with it.
"Yeah, I did."
Seriously,
I
I'm not even lying. Dude.
I started a
I have a
MySpace
picture-
page with him just naked with a
I
guitar.
did.
Yeah,
That
he-
was actually my profile
He
picture.
had.
He was the original
he
naked
had the
cowboy,
electric guitar covering his junk,
Yeah.
basically.
but he couldn't play.
And
He
I,
couldn't
but
play.
I couldn't
He's
play for shit.
standing there at his room.
Full size guitar, 3/4 guitar.
It was what are they called? Ukuleles.
Ukulele. It was a 3/4 size
Oh.
ukulele.
Damn.
Yeah, that's all he did with it.
Yeah, I didn't play shit.
I never bought him another Christmas present after that.
Oh, but I was kind of sad because one time when I was like, no, I'm gonna learn how to play. So there was this
Mhm.
one guy, I think his name was Luis or something. He came to my house because I was like, dude, can you teach me? And he was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll teach you. So he came over,
And then you start taking naked
and then
It's like, wait, where
He's
are
like,
your where are your
I-
He's
I
like,
just
I'm
like-
not gonna teach you.
I just start like unzipping my pants. He's like, what is going on? And I'm like, hold on, dude, we need to take a picture first.
You're gonna be my photographer, actually.
He's like, I didn't sign up for this, but no. And then he saw my guitar, and then he was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I was like, all right, man, what are we doing first? Like, are we doing fucking Slipknot? What's going on here? And he's like,
And Mary had a little laugh.
he's like,
Holly
dude,
Wally Doodle.
no, he just kind of
La
said like,
Bamba.
dude, you're he said something about it. He's like, it's kind of crooked right now. You need to do this and this and that. And I was like, yeah, fuck this shit. Like,
That's it. I'm
Your
out.
services are no longer.
yeah, I
needed.
was like, dude, like,
Can we
this is
just
too
take pictures?
this is too technical. I'm just gonna put pictures up online and say
Like
me and Luis had a great
yeah,
session.
great show today.
He didn't want to take off his pants, but it was a good show.
His
I hope,
mice.
I hope you didn't pay him for that lesson.
No.
Okay, good.
No. He was
Okay.
a friend from school.
Oh, okay,
he was
good.
just like gonna come over and like shoot the shit and stuff.
He's like, you never talked to me before.
Right. But I would always see those guys in high school with just like their
They would just
acoustic
sit out there.
guitars, and they
Mhm.
would like, Indian style
And they
or
call
or
her
no,
Cassandra.
Native American style, and they would just like sit there and and I was like, man,
Can't
that's
touch
fuck-
this.
can't touch this.
That's
That
where the
was-
ladies are.
Yeah. No, they were always by themselves.
Is that how you met your wife? She.
I
played a song or
I
she-
did meet her through music. I was we were both in the UTEP marching band.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Damn. How was that?
Yeah.
The marching band.
It's fun. It's just
Like
social,
I always imagine
big old
like,
social environment. If you think about it, it's the largest organization in any academic setting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whether any any high school, middle school, college. It's the largest organization.
I always thought, like, because I would go to a lot of UTEP games growing up, and I was like, I bet it's fucking cool to be in the band. Because you travel with, like, wherever the team goes, you go. You get to be out on the field, like, at halftime while people are getting, like, their snacks and stuff.
And
you're
then
just
all the like the camps and all that. Just
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
engagement that you
It's
guys
a blast.
have.
Yeah.
I bet.
yeah.
Man, I never joined band.
Half those people just fake that they're playing their instrument anyway.
Really?
I always thought that. Like, I always knew.
Did you?
Oh, I play drums. You can't fake that.
He's just like in
They're
the
like
air.
his sticks aren't even touching the head.
So there's people that
can't
get
fake that.
scholarship to do like the triangle, right?
Yeah, that was me basically
Really?
in the orchestra.
Damn.
No, there's
More
more to
cowbell.
than that, but yeah,
More
I
cowbell.
played drums in bands, so I did triangle and cymbals and bass drum, all
That's
that stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
So you got a scholarship?
Well, they would give you like something like, I can't remember at UTEP, it was like $100 or $200 a semester to be in band, which is really nothing. But some schools, depending on how good you are, you get like a full ride.
Oh wow.
Dang.
So I really wasn't, like I said, I wasn't that good.
Did you ever do the basketball one?
No, I never did the pep band.
Oh, there we go.
That would be
Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
that is cool.
I was almost gonna audition for the drum set spot in the jazz band one year, but something came up that day and I didn't end up doing it.
That one's a cool band.
Yeah.
Because they would just like
They
camp out
they
right
get to
there.
go on planes and travel with the team.
Oh, how'd you guys travel?
The marching band.
marched.
Oh. Why do
Down I-10.
I'm really getting tired of this song.
Like a fucking Civil War.
I think this is the Trail of Tears. No, I mean in college marching band, you don't travel with the team. You just play home games.
Oh.
But in high school, yeah, you know.
Unless they went to like a bowl game, right?
Yeah, a bowl game.
UTEP never went.
Did I mention I was at UTEP? No, I
What's
actually
that?
got kicked out of the UTEP marching band.
Oh,
The
wild
one-
man over there.
The 1 year that they went to a bowl game. Yeah. I was like, but I've been such a good boy this whole time.
Damn.
You're like, come on, guys. And then it's
Yeah.
like, guess what, Adrian? We're actually going to take a plane this time. And he's like running after the plane.
It wasn't a big loss. They were playing Albuquerque. That was the bowl game.
It was like a 15-minute plane ride.
Yeah. They were playing in the Zia Bowl or the...
Zia.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
the Zia Bowl.
It was called the Turquoise Fest or something. I can't remember what they call it.
Yeah, it's just like made-up bowl.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you guys got invited to the Zia Bowl.
Hmm.
That's fucking cool, man. Being in band.
But like I said, I was in this touring group. It's called DCI Drum Corps International, where you had to audition against people in the whole country, and you would do this U.S. wide tour, and you travel on a bus the whole summer, and yeah, so that was cool. We'd get to, wake up in a different town every day, pretty much.
Awesome.
Play a show that night, get on the bus, wake up in some different town, and
Nice.
perform there. Yeah.
All right, before we let you go, one more time, where are you going to be at?
Okay, give me a second.
See?
I wish I went to. Oh no, I got it saved here. Okay. Do you guys have any like stalling music you'd play while I do this? There we go.
Oh, there you go, Anthony.
Okay, so the event is called Poetography, and I'm going to be performing next Sunday, August 8th. The event goes from 6 to 10 p.m., and it's a local art exhibit of over 15 photographers and live art installations inspired by original poems. And there's a $5 cover charge. The address is going to be 210 Poplar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a good live read. He should be doing our Sun
He
Brewing.
should, yeah.
You want to try our Sun Brewing
All
one?
for- with one of your beats and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
The best
I said I'll do
part of
anything-
waking up
Pretty much.
is Sun Brewing in your cup. There you go.
There you go.
I still think of that Bluebell.
Yeah.
Tastes like the good old days.
so you're saying
We're
like
all, we're all old in a rocking chair.
At the park.
yeah.
No,
With-
watering the cement. Remember
Yeah.
That
that?
was
Yeah.
funny, man.
That
The
was
video.
If you ever made a commercial with someone watering the cement, Oh man,
That would be great.
I would
So-
buy whatever product that was.
So,
Mira, look at how nice the cement is. Let's get it.
so is our song? We already said it's gonna be country.
I don't really know country. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna come with something, and you guys are gonna like it. That's all I know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, Peter. Any last words?
I just want to give a shout out to one of our other musical guests, a good friend of ours, Selmontes. It was his birthday yesterday.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
happy birthday,
Happy
Sal.
birthday, Sal.
Do you know
Happy
Sal?
birthday, Sal.
No, he
You
sounds wonderful though.
You should meet him.
He's a great
He's
guy.
a really funny guy. He's a cool guy. Anthony.
Yeah, no, like what Peter said. Happy birthday to Sal, man.
This
Shout
is-
out to him. We need to get him on season 3 out here perform
yeah.
for us again. Yeah, like and subscribe. I think that's pretty much it.
Ooh, big. Do you remember that restaurant Pancho's?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, that happy birthday song, best fucking song ever.
Oh, I thought they were like coming back.
I
Yeah,
know.
I was like,
No, no,
where
you
you
got
going
me
with
all
it?
excited.
Oh no, I was gonna say you should make a song like that.
I don't even remember.
Like a birthday song
Yeah.
for
Happy
us. To play.
birthday.
Actually,
happy
we're open to if
birthday.
you want to sing
Happy
any song
birthday
for
to
us.
you.
We'll
Yeah.
yeah.
You
I
know
like
what?
that.
You know what it is, right?
I didn't know it's from Poncho's.
It might have been a mixture of different songs. Like I think it was Elementary also.
Yeah.
Did that.
Favorite taco, quick.
I hate tacos.
You ate tacos. Okay, he doesn't like tacos. Okay,
I like burritos. I'm a burrito.
all right.
Okay.
Really quick, Selena versus J Lo. I had to do this because he's music.
Selena for sure.
Selena for sure.
Yeah.
Did Selena make J Lo or J Lo made Selena?
Well, definitely Selena made J-Lo.
All right, you heard it.
You heard it here first.
All right, Adrian, thank you so much for joining us,
Thank you, guys.
It was fun. Like it was really fun. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Guys, this was our episode. Thank you so much for listening. This is The Middle's Open.
See ya.